chickens, how are you all doing today? It's Angela here, of course, and I'm here to bring you a little video again. Just want to say to everybody that's new, welcome to my channel, and to all my wonderful subscribers that support me week in and week out, a very warm welcome again, and hello to all of you. Now, today put together this little booklet. It's really a skinny little booklet. I'm going to put one of these into my journal, and I wanted to share with you how I made it. So it was really simple. Basically, it is just one page. US letter or an A4, either will work. Very little measuring and things involved here. You just really need your ruler, a pair of scissors or your craft knife, and a bone folder, and you're good to go. So let's show you what I'm going to do. Now, this works best with a one-directional piece of paper. However, I like to make things take it up a notch. So I really wanted to use this sheet of paper. I've also done this in the green background collage page. I'll show you what that's about in a minute. So I'm going to show you how to use a one-directional piece of paper to do this, because it isn't difficult at all. The only other thing you need is some kind of a ribbon. I've grabbed a few bits of ephemera, just some bits to put in to it. So I've just got a pile of that there. I'm using my crinkle binding over here. Your glue and the usual things, maybe a little decorative piece over there. Right, so that's what we're going to use. It's only printed on one side, and I'm going to show you how to go about using that. We will use a stencil for that. I might need a little extra piece of gingham, so like really teeny weeny. There we go. All right, so let me show you what this is about. So we've got our little tie. I've just tied it around like that. Got a little poinsettia over there, that sweet little girl on the front. And you open that up, and you've got the little gingerbread boy over there, a little pocket here with two bits of ephemera. So there's not much you have to do to decorate these pages. You turn that over, and you've got just a nice little image. I have actually made that a pocket, so you could actually put something in there, little sentiments or something like that. There's another little image there. We turn that over. That's the sort of back cover, and then we turn it over this way. We've got some stenciling and some more pockets there. Really cute. I used some of those tiny tags from the previous project, and yeah, that's the back. We're back at the front again. All right, so yeah, it's a cute little one, and a great little gift or happy mail, something to roll out for Christmas. Use up all those loose pages that you haven't used yet. You could do this in any theme. It really is easy. And then I've just put this on as a little closure, so it's really simple. So I'm going to show you how to go about that, and luckily there's no measurements involved here. Right, I'm going to put that to the side. You need your ruler and your bone folder especially. First thing you want to do is just take that piece of paper and fold it in half. Now, of course, you could print it on both sides, but I'm trying to show you what to do with pieces of paper, because most of us will have sheets of paper that are printed just on the one side, and often they are in one directional kind of prints. So I thought I'd share with you what we could do with that. Right, so we folded that in half. You want to open that up again. Try and get these corners as accurately together as you possibly can, if that makes sense. Right, I want to now just match that corner to that one. We're folding it in half the other way, and that one to there. And we're going to just go like this. There we go. Right, so you now have effectively 4 quarters there, just like that. And now I just want you to take this one, and I'm just going to draw a line here, just for you. You don't need to draw a line, but also with the light on, I suppose it's easier to see. All right, so I've just drawn that there so you can see where the center line is, and I want to just match that up a hair's breadth away from that line. Now match those edges together there. I'm using 160 GSM paper. You could use thinner paper if you wanted to, but I use this for everything pretty much. So there we go. And then you want to take the other side and do the same. Again, just leave a hair's breadth between the two, like that, and then hopefully I've got it right. Oops. And there's that on the floor. Never mind. I'm going to just improvise here. Right, so we've got that there like that now. And I think that that's about right. I can do some more bone fold shaping once I am sure where I want to get it right. Open that up now. And I'm going to take this ruler again, just to help you more than me. Well, I suppose it helps me as well. I want to just draw these lines. You don't need to draw the lines, but because I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, that's the reason for this. And there you go. Can you see that we've got, well, you've got all those lines going up there, but you've got the fold line running in the middle. And you've got these three inner lines, fold lines, that you've just folded on as well. Now what I'm going to do is I want to cut from that point there, so the fold line, these three lines straight down. Okay, so I'm going to just get my ruler there. You can use your pair of scissors. Nothing wrong with that. But it's easier for me to show you, and I just prefer using a knife. Okay, that way I know I've got them straight. Right, blade down, ruler out the way. Right, and I've retrieved the bone folder. Right, so now when you turn these back up, just give them a, oops, I don't want to get a paper cut. I think that's the worst. Paper cuts are just the worst, aren't they? Right, I'm just folding these over like that. Now if you turn these over, you'll see that these are now upside down to this. All right, so if this was a one-directional piece of paper, what I would encourage you to do is to take these, fold that in half like that, yeah, and turn this the other way to the bauble, all right, so that you've got a pocket. But with this side here, this one we're going to keep on this side. Now what I thought I would do here is, normally you could stick that down on that piece of paper, but it's going to be upside down. So what I thought I would do is I would decide which way I want to make the right side. It makes no difference. And it's probably going to be this side here. All right, so I'm going to say this is going to be the right side up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut these three off. Now you wouldn't have to do this if you were using a one-directional piece of paper. You could just fold it over and stick it down. But because I don't want half of it the one way and the other half the other way, I'm going to trim it off and stick it back down. Now we've still got our pocket there, and what I'm going to do with that is I am just going to put these two together, just so that, like that. I'm going to make a nice strong pocket. There we go. And just a little bit of ink there and there. And we'll stick it down because that one is good to go. So there we go. We'll just get that there and there. Now the other pocket, I would have just stuck it onto the underside. But because that piece has no paper on it and it was the wrong way around, we're going to make one of these the cover. So although that piece did come off that side, I'm going to get the two edges like that there. You've also got a chance to rearrange things. That's going to be my back one, and this one I'm going to stick over here. Where did I put the other pocket? The pocket's on there, so I'm going to stick that one over there. All right, so there we go. Now all you want to do is, it's personal choice, is just give this a little bit of a inking around the edges like that, and it's really easy to do. Now I was going to fold this and make a pocket, but like I did with that one, but I've had I tried a green one, which I'll show you in a minute, a different page, the green background collage page, and I stuck, instead of making a pocket with this, I stuck it down as a background piece, and then that's where the gingham bit came into it. So I'm going to stick this down on here now. There we go. So that one's there. This one we're going to stick down, but I want to keep the top, this bit, open and make that into a pocket. All right, so I'm going to hold that bit there, and I'm going to go as close to the edge as I possibly can, because the ephemera bits that I want to put in here are, I had to trim them as it was. So I do know that I must be quite precise and go as close to the edge as possible. Now I'm making sure I've got this the right way up. I'm going to just keep it a little bit away from the edge there, just a hair's breadth, just so that I'm not going to bulk up the fold line. It will mean that it'll go over this edge slightly, but all I did was I used my ink, just, you see, slightly there. I can just rub that down. Now you can trim that off, or I just inked it up and then you don't see it. All right, and then this one as well. Ink masks a multitude of sins, doesn't it? Gotta love it. Right, so we've got that there, we've got that one there, that there. This is our back cover. Again, you want to just ink around the edges, just take that whiteness away. Okay, I'm going to hold the top again. I'm going to make a top pocket, so we want to just get that right on the edge like that, and then on the bottom. Hope you guys are all well. I've had a busy week again, but nothing to moan about at all. I like being busy, keeps me out of mischief. No, I'm a good girl. There we go. I like that little gingerbread boy there. And there we go. I've got that there. Now on this side, my little gingham bit, I wanted to put that there. I'm going to just trim this off slightly, make it slightly narrow. It was a scrappy bit there that I just sort of trimmed off, and give that a bit of a, there's not much decoration. You can make this as involved or not involved as you choose. So, you know, nothing wrong with that. You can decorate it as much or as little as you like. And yeah, I quite just like the idea of having an extra little bit of storage space. There we go. So we've got our pocket there now. Now on this bit is where I did a bit of stenciling. So I've got my, I haven't cleaned this yet from earlier. I've used it twice already. But I do tend to do that at the end. I've got my little brush here. I'm going to just, it's a nice little stencil with Merry Christmas on, and I'm just sort of positioning it here. And then with little circles, as you know already. I'm going to have inky fingers after this, brace yourself. So this is not a light colour, but whichever colour you want, even if you just used your what's it called, the vintage photo, it still look nice. Oh, I know what I did, which I didn't do here now on the other one, talking about vintage photo. So there we go. What I did on my other one was, and I will have to wait till this is dry, I took the vintage photo and I ran it around the edges. It's just, and I'll show you what I mean. So here, for example, is the green one while I'm waiting for that to dry. This is with the green collage page. I made the post box there. I haven't put any of the tags in this one. I've done that there, and you can see I put a bit of the vintage photo around just the edge and did the same. Pocket over there in green and Father Christmas on that cover. And then you've got, that's a pocket, the little girl, another pocket, and the tree. So that also works out perfectly. So I really like that. And then I thought just put a poinsettia on there and a bit of green seam binding, and you're good to go. And just put in your little tags. So yeah, it's really easy to do. So we've got this here. I don't know if I'm going to mess this up now or not, but I'm going to just take my vintage photo and just run it. I've got it at an angle here. So there we go. All right, so that worked. I'll need to clean the board, but hey ho, there we go. So there's that. So that's what you can do when you've got a bit of a white piece, is just use those stencils and color it in. Okay, so everything is pretty much inked. So on all of these edges, just ink in the joins. You can use a punch if you want to punch out the pockets at the top there, but I'm not going to do that. I didn't do it before. And then I've just grabbed a couple of goodies here. So what I did was I took these two particular ones for this, and you saw what I did was I trimmed off a little bit here, about a 1/16 of an inch on either side of these, just to make them fit. And then just decide which one you want for the front. So I like the little girl for the front. This is a pocket in here, so you want to just take your bone folder and loosen that up, and then we'll put this little girl in there. Now you can also make these into tags by taking the corners off, like I did with this one. So you can see I've just cut corners off the edge there, so you can do that. There's lots that you can do, so I'm leaving these ones like that. And then this one goes into the back over here, and again I just like to loosen it a little bit with my bone folder. Again, I trimmed this one off slightly, fits in perfectly, happy with that. And then we've got little bits and pieces. So those little tags I used the other day for the gift tags and the notebook. I had some over, so I thought, okay, let's just use them up. I'm going to put one in there with that little boy, and we'll turn that over. We'll put one in there with, I'm going to change this around. Why do I do this to myself? Put the little angels in there, and because there's red, you see, that's it. And then all I did was very little for the decorations. I've just got some of my little fussy cuts here. I thought I'd just put that on there, so it's really not difficult, not much to do at all, just fussy cuts that I have done ages ago in my little box, and just put little bits and pieces, trying to keep it as flat as possible, so not putting on too much. So that over there, and then I tended to stick on a sentiment, so sprinkle with happiness, I thought was great there. And again, you can make this into a little pocket or stick it down. So just going to stick that down over there. Whoops. So we'll get that over there. Right, and you can go and stick anything you want in there. So if you wanted to add a couple of these, for example, you know, that would also work as a little pocket, or baubles, or anything you want. Those I'm going to leave like that. And then on this side, I thought I would just put a little sentiment, or you could even put something like that. That looks cute. Let's do that. So I've just cut this out of one of my other background pages. There we go. Get that in the middle. Really simple decorative elements here, and love that image, and I think everything else is good to go. So we just want to concertina it like the M shape, like an M shape. just like that. Take your bone folder now, give it a nice press. It'll get used to staying in that position. Grab a little crinkle, so we'll put a green one on this one, and you don't need much to do this. Right, so a little bow, and just make that a little bit smaller, like that. There we go. And then we can just keep that a little bit lower. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I think Papa Red is all cried on this one, so we will go with this and stick on our little poinsettia. How cute is that? Now the good thing with this is it's going to work with an A4. It's going to work with a US letter size. It's going to work with whatever you have. It's just those folds half and half again, and then as I showed you, really easy. And even easier if you've got a one directional design, you won't need to cut anything off at all. All right, there we have it. Our little video, our little project for today. There's one, there's another. How sweet is that? I really like them. And as I say, I'm going to put one into my journal. And you know, these are lovely to make. I mean, you could roll these off and make these the bases as a mass make, or in front of the telly, or anything like that. All right, everyone, go and have a go at this. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you again very soon. Thank you so much for all your amazing support and kindness. It doesn't go unnoticed. It really warms my heart and makes my day. So stay well, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.